I think a common misconception among missionaries or people getting ready to go on missions is that because they're going out on a mission, everything is going to be perfect. That they won't have any problems, that everything will be great, that it'll just be like, the heavens have opened every second of every day. That's not true. Yes, the heavens will open and you will receive inspiration 24/7 if you're looking for it, but that doesn't mean life is going to be perfect. I got really sick on my mission. It's the sickest I've ever been in my life. And I was very, very ill for several transfers, with an illness that, it was like the worst, bar none, like the worst experience I've ever had in my entire life. I had right there. But because I was on my mission and was having this really awful experience, I was in the perfect situation to learn about the atonement, to learn more about the atonement of Christ than I ever have in my entire life. And I think that experience really built my testimony. It was sort of one of those situations where I feel like I was just stripped down to nothing and built up again the way that I needed to be. And one day I was with another companion much later in the mission, and she was having kind of a rough time. And she had written home about it, and one of her older sisters, who also served a mission, they're a family of really spunky Tongans. They're just a riot. Her sister wrote her a letter and said in the letter, "It wasn't easy for Christ, so why did you think it would be easy for you?" And she told me that, and I was like, oh, true. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, that missions, people always say missions are hard, and they are. But they're not impossible. They're not something that is going to be so difficult that it's discouraging or awful. Yes, you're going to have moments when you might feel discouraged. You're going to have times when you're probably going to come home and cry, but you're also going to have moments of just the purest joy you've ever felt. You're going to have moments where you've never felt the Spirit so strong, where you see the most amazing miracles happen in the lives of your investigators, and it is going to make every single day you go home and cry worth it. And it's going to make the trials that you face on your mission, and you're going to face them. It's going to make them possible to bear. Like I said earlier on, my mom is really sick, and that was hard for me. Because I was really worried about her getting a lot worse or dying while I was out. And on my mission, I learned so much about the plan of salvation that it became a non-issue. It became something I didn't worry about anymore. Something that wasn't so hard. And I would not have learned those things if I hadn't gone. And I wouldn't have learned those things if I hadn't been facing that trial while I was out.